Hello and welcome. Today I will show you how to print and prepare your Tetiana K PDF patterns. The first step is to select and open the correct pattern file. With your purchase, you will receive several PDF files corresponding to different sizes of paper. Here they are in my download folder. As you see, we have A0, A4, the full-size print, and a letter size print, as well as the instruction booklet. Today I'll be using the letter size pattern. Just double-click it to open. Step 2 is to print a test sheet and check the scale. So you'll see on the first page there's a scale here in inches and centimeters. So we go to print, and in our printer settings we select just the first page, and then we find the scale settings and make sure that they're set to 100, and then we can print. Then you take your test sheet and compare it to a ruler or measuring tape and check the scale and make sure that they match up correctly. You see here 2 inches are exactly matching the 2 inches on the page. If the scale is not matching, then you go back to your printer settings and redo this step, printing the first page by adjusting the scale up or down 1%. Step 3 is to print the rest of the pattern, and you want to let the pattern print so that the pages are all in order. This pattern here that I'm working with has 17 pages in total and just a nice little stack. Step 4 is to assemble the pattern. You'll need scissors as well as some tape or glue stick if you prefer. I'll be using tape just because it's a bit faster. To assemble the pattern, we start with the first page and we're going to be adding the subsequent pages to it as they're printed. So again, usually the printer will print them in order. And the general rule is to only trim the connecting page and side. So we're going to be leaving page 1 alone and only trimming the connecting page and side. If your pages get mixed up for some reason, you can match them up by matching up the anchors. So A1 goes together with A1, and this is what it looks like when it's supposed to be all matched up. So I'm going back in, and here, like as I mentioned, I'm trimming only the page that I'm connecting and the side that I'm connecting. So they'll be connecting at the long side here, so I'm only trimming the second page, the long side of the second page. Once our second page is trimmed, we line up the anchor as well as the lines of the pattern together, and we start taping. When I'm assembling the pattern, I like to start with just a few quick pieces of tape. The first one going on the outline of the pattern in the size I'm using. So I'm using small, and I put my first piece of tape over that. And the second piece goes where the anchor is on the inside of the pattern, or another stabilizing piece. So as far as connecting the pieces together, like I said, I'm just using 2 pieces of tape because it's quick, and then I'll add more later as needed. But you can tape the whole connecting line if you prefer, or you can use glue stick. So if you're doing the full connecting line and glue stick, this is really good, especially if you are planning to reuse the pattern over and over again. If, again, for myself, I'm just doing a demonstration, so I'm just going in quickly and doing 2 pieces. So when you're taping, you don't have to worry too much about taping anything that's outside the pattern lines. For example, like the A2 anchor on this pattern I'm working on here. I'm not going to worry too much about taping it as it's outside any of the pattern pieces and ultimately will be cut off. And so we continue attaching the pages to our pattern, and as always, only trimming the page and side that we are connecting. Here's the first instance where I'm trimming more than one side, so I'm trimming 2 sides as they're connecting in that corner there. And here's my pattern fully assembled. As you see, it's not always going to be a perfect rectangle because I've deleted some pages that were blank to save on paper. So this is what it looks like fully assembled, and the next step is to reinforce the pattern back. So we turn the pattern completely over, and again we're going over the outside of the pattern pieces, the outline of the pattern pieces, as well as any inside anchor points. And again, if you're taping the full connecting lines, that's up to you. That'll make your pattern really nice and stable. And of course, the next step, once you've reinforced your pattern on the back, you can cut it out just following the correct size line. And here is the full pattern completely cut out and ready to work with on your fabric. Thank you for watching and purchasing Tetiana K patterns. Instructional sewing videos for each style are also available on this channel, and written instructions are included in your pattern download. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me directly on Etsy. I am Tetiana, and I would love to see what you create using your patterns. Connect and share with me on Instagram at Tetiana K Patterns, or subscribe to receive updates. Thanks again. Bye.